Hello YouTube. I'm not a YouTube creator, content guy, none of that, but I very much appreciate recent videos on fixing these Broncos because it's what I've got here, and that's been pretty helpful. So the current symptom is gasoline smell that comes from back here. It's the filler hose, the outer hose. I'll show you that in a moment. I just want to give the intro here that I'm Dustin, and this is a 96 Bronco XLT. It's mostly a California truck. It's been out here in the Midwest for 7 years, hence the rust. I've decided I am going to remove the tire, and I'll show you what it's going to take to get this filler tube out, and we'll go from there. So I'll show you the details as we go. Just wanted to say hi. And here we are with the wheel removed, and I took out the 2 Phillips screws that held this up in here, this inner fender thingy. And the first hose clamp didn't want to come off very easily. That's a 5/16. So I've hit them with the PB blaster stuff, and the 3 screws up in here at the filler port, I've hit those from the inside. Those are not standard apparently, so I'm going to get out the metric and find out what size those are. Well, I tried 7mm, and it doesn't seem to really fit any better or worse than, say, 9/32, so I went ahead and took out those screws at the filler port. The good news is things are getting loose already, and I was really concerned about being able to flex this thing, so let's see what happens here. Alright. Hey. Here we go. I don't know what to do next, so I'm going to figure it out. Well, this is why we've been keeping our old toothbrush around. I decided that I really need the flex coming from this part as well, so I'm going to try to get this guy loose. Because there's a hose inside there, you know, and that's making it kind of rigid, so I'm going to need all the flex I can. I'll get back to you on that. Well, there's a 5/16 here, and well, it's come loose already. I'll tell you, this deal's getting worse all the time. This is awkward, and it's going to get dirty, clearly, but it's moving. Okay, so I got this guy to clear the hole in this panel, and the way I did it was by gently pushing, not so gently, through the filler port here, and I pulled here. So I was able to get enough relief out of it by pulling here, that, and that let this end of the hose slide out of there. Still don't know what happens next, but we're moving along here. Alright, well, this has been encouraging from the get-go at this part, so I'll turn on the camera again and see what happens. So this started moving as soon as I twisted, and I do not know what to expect here, but it's moving, so there we go. Let's see what we get. I don't know what the dangers are. I mean, hurting the parts anyway. I don't know if I'm going to hurt the parts. There we go. Come on. Oh, it's got a... Okay, look at that. So it's got a ridge here that you're going to fight. And inner hose. So I'm going to set this aside and go after that. We know I'm going to scrape my hand on here, right? We all understand that? Probably gonna have to fast forward this part, ain't I? There we go, look at that. What could go wrong? I'm gonna take that out of there. Now I think it's gonna be screwdriver time against the base of this thing. Just a wild guess. Okay, so I pulled toward myself. Granted, it was already loose. And there's our problem. Okay, I'm going to grab the fresh part and let's do a comparison. This is APDTY 143743. Found it on the eBays. About 30 bucks, I think. So, similar. I hope it's not too long. Ooh. Presumably, this can go on here. Well, okay, I think it's time for me to look online about tips. Everybody getting tips? Now I'm trying the hot water method. Got it near boiling, but it's pretty darn cold on the concrete. It's January. It's cold outside. We'll see how this goes. Probably won't get this on camera because I gotta move fast. Oh my goodness. Went right on. Went right on. Okay. Here we go. New problem. Cut. Okay. Get this part warm also. Cram this together first. Get the angle kind of right. And since that end was already fitting because it was warm, went right on. So now I've got most of that back together. Only concern is that this may be a bit long because this replacement piece was a good 3/4 inch longer than the old one, so we'll see if this lines up. Well, I think this is going to work out fine. The distance seems appropriate. I do have a gap there now. I actually pushed this on too far, so I'm going to have to rework that. But it popped back into place pretty well, and I got these screws at the filler port here mounted, so now I'm going to tighten this guy back up, and then I'll be able to work with this hose and hopefully seat it right where it wants to be. But I do think this is going to work out, and be able to go to work tomorrow.